Today we're going to be looking at the Meteor 75 Pro O4 edition. I've had this for about 2 to 4 weeks now, and I've had some time to really play around with it, discover its quirks and problems. But overall, it's a pretty good drone. So we'll do a quick unboxing and then just go straight to the flight footage. So in the box you'll get some spare props and some spare hardware for your drone, a USB dongle to connect your drone to BetaFlight, and of course the drone itself. This comes with the Matrix 1S 3-in-1 flight controller, which integrates the flight controller, ESC, and receiver all in one package. These have the 1102 22,000 kV motors and 45mm props, and in my experience these are more than enough to get you flying indoors and outdoors. So just a heads up, when you order this package, it doesn't come with any batteries, so make sure you order some extras if you don't have any. I'm using the Lava 550 mAh batteries, which is what they recommend for this drone. And the weight of this battery plus the drone is about 51 grams. Other than that, it's pretty much plug and play. You just have to plug in your drone to BetaFlight and configure all your settings. So let's see how it flies indoors. So this is some flight footage coming straight out of the DJI O4 Lite. Flying indoors first, and then I'll show you some outdoor clips. But overall, it tends to handle pretty well inside. This is with the stock tune, and yeah, I'm able to control the drone pretty well. I did have to lower the camera angle to a much less aggressive angle just to be able to fly indoors. And it's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is loosen the M2 screws at the side of the camera mount and then adjust the camera to whatever position you want. As you can hear, it is a lot louder than your average tinywhoops, but that's to be expected since it is heavier and just a lot more powerful in general. But it's still not too bad, you know, you won't be annoying your neighbors. So the footage itself is stabilized directly from the Air Unit. And I wanted to show you guys a bit more of a calmer flight indoors before I try to do a bit of racing with this. Overall, the camera quality is pretty impressive. You know, I could even say that it looks better than my O3 at times, but I don't know if that's just because of the better low light performance. But in terms of flight characteristics and camera quality, this is definitely winning. Not bad.
Yes, I don't know if you can see that, but the feed is just kind of breaking up, causing me to cry.
So this next clip, you know, is me flying a bit more aggressively, and I'm showing you the goggles view just so you can see kind of what the interface looks like. So as you can see, it is a very capable drone inside. You can really get some speed, you know, have some fun with it. See this chair maneuver. I like doing that. Just really shows the amount of control that you can have with this drone. Here it is again. So after this one, we will go outside and test it out, show you some outdoor footage and how it performs in windy conditions.
It's a bit windy. See how the Meteor 75 does. Yeah, I'm getting blown around a little bit. Woo! Yeah. Alright, we need to find this truck. Where is it? Oh, I'm losing feet. Oh, I see this truck's coming out.
Flying the Meteor 75 in windy conditions definitely is quite challenging. You know, being such a lightweight drone, it gets pushed around quite a bit, especially when trying to maintain a steady line.
This is so cool.
But even with the wind, it does still manage to fly reasonably well,
What is it?
as well as a tinywhoop can.
Oh, sorry.
Like, it's not ideal in these conditions, but for a tinywhoop, it's still pretty impressive.
That truck is so cool, actually. Oh no, yeah, that should be. Oh,
So one thing that really stood out to me is just how good the camera looks outdoors. You know, the
yeah,
image is
still
crisp,
windy,
the
so
colors are
let's see what we
vibrant,
find
and the
this time
dynamic
around.
range does a great job of balancing bright highlights and darker shadow areas. You know, what's even more
Alright,
surprising
it's
is
all down
that
to
in
video
some
though.
situations, I think it actually looks better than the O3. I know I said this
Battery
for the
life is
for the
pretty good
inside, but
actually.
in the
I'm on
outside, you can
2 minutes
really
right now.
tell a bit
Still
more.
going.
You know, the colors kind of feel more natural, and there's just a level of sharpness that makes everything look really clean.
Alright, it starts to lose signal.
In terms of range, I haven't done a full test yet, but I've gotten some decent range out of it. Nothing too crazy though. I was getting the breakup due to the VTX antenna not being connected, so that's my issue there. One question I get a lot is about the latency and it being analog versus digital.
We need to
If
all
there's
get
any
FPV cards.
um, noticeable lag, and the answer to that is not really.
Oh
You don't really
no.
feel the difference. For reference, I fly a Mobula 6, and um, you know, I'm not a racer or anything, so they might be able to tell you any different. But for me, you know, just flying, cruising, pretty chill. You don't really notice any lag. One of the biggest things that sets the Meteor 75
Alright,
apart is that
so
it is
I'm
one of
gonna
the first
fly
bind and fly tiny whoops
and
with the
park.
DJI
So
O4 Lite
it's a bit
on the
laggy.
market. That means you get the digital FPV clarity in a super lightweight,
That's
ready to
pretty
fly
loud.
package.
Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna turn back around towards that donut down.
Whether you're flying indoors or outdoors, I can say
Yeah, it's
that
quite nice.
this is probably going to be one of the
No,
best
okay.
tiny whoops in its class. And that's just because, you know, it's the
Yeah,
perfect
I'm going to the
size for
donut.
this weight.
Three,
And I
For
was a bit
start.
hesitant to get the
off.
Meteor 65 for that reason, just because I think with the extra weight, it does need a bit more power just to be able to sustain it.
Barrel loop.
And BetaFPV did a good job with this one.
Oh,
So I would recommend this
finally
to advanced
getting some
pilots
crashes.
as well as beginners. You know, anyone really who has some DJI gear, this is going to be a really good addition to your
Why
collection.
is it a free
If you don't have any custom drones
donut
yet,
for
this is probably a good gateway to it,
from
to
the
be
bottle
honest.
before?
You know, not too expensive. Now the price point is at $199,
You fly under
which
the
is very
table.
affordable for what you're getting, really.
Calories in it.
I've crashed this thing so many times and it's still going. You know, apart from that UFL connector issue with the VTX antenna,
Put
I
on the flight
haven't
mode if you
had
want.
many issues. But yep, I will leave that for today. Make sure you like and subscribe.